Hello and welcome back to Total Crypto for another video, and in today's video we're going to be jumping into Polygon Matic, and we can see that eventually Matic will explode right out of here to retest its all-time high of around about $2.92, but I reckon we can kind of easily hit well above $3. In fact, my prediction for Matic at least would be the minimum of $10. But before we talk about my prediction for Matic, why don't we just get on to the technical analysis one. Hello guys and welcome back to Total Crypto. Right, firstly, before I actually start planning out my trade, I always tend to put out my lines so I can see exactly whereabouts the coin is heading and how the market is currently looking. This is for the Matic, of course. So firstly, I like to draw all the important lines. That would be my ultimate resistance. This one here would be my main support. And as we can see, we've been traveling sideways in this channel for a little while. I could squeeze that in a little bit further down. Reason why I haven't, because if we look to our left, it looks like we've actually broken down from this area to make this low here as a support, and we've been channeling between here, which means this will be my important area of resistance and support. Only until we break up from here can I see a major move to the upside, or at least back up to around about $2.92. If we break down below here, then I can see us dropping even further down to our previous even lower, where we went sideways for the longest. But it doesn't mean that if I'm a hodler that I wouldn't add more to my bags here, because if you watch my last videos, I've always said that whenever we go in a channel for a long while, it is always worth to be adding a lot more to your bags, because essentially the aim of the game for hodlers is always going to be to add more to your bags, or whilst we're still ranging or dipping. Seeing as we're not dipping, we're just ranging, you can still add more to your bags, but you can add whenever we bounce below before we move back up again. So that'd be the best strategy for anyone who's looking to hodl for the long term. However, once we do break up and above this area here, if you're an intraday trader, that'd be a perfect move for you to target from the level of resistance all the way up to $2.92. So looking at the chart going sideways, it looks like that only until we come back down to retest this area over here, which I'll pull out the rectangular box. This will be an area that I'll be looking to if I'm looking for a long position, or even in this area right here. Once again, the reason for this is because since we've broken up from this area over here, we went up and we're just about to come back to retest in this zone. So this would be a good enough area to look for a limit trade for us to go from here and to hopefully retest back up into that zone. So if you're an intraday trader, that will be a good plausible move, because as we can see that we have in fact broken up from this area, but like a magnet, we've been pulled back down into the zone. So that means technically you can actually trade this even from where we've been wicked into, or because we see two clear bearish candles, which could signify that we could come down to even further down to around about this zone right over here. Either way, I would definitely be stocking up or adding my limit order in this area here for that move to the top of this range. And if that was to play out, that would give us an approximately 87% move to the upside. And guys, that is still pretty decent trade to be had, because you can find Matic on your perpetual exchanges. It could be Binance, KuCoin, or whichever exchange you're currently using, and you can leverage trade this by 2-3x or even more. But be careful guys, leveraging can be extremely risky if you don't know what you're doing. and it can blow your account. So just try to minimize the risk by, putting in a stop loss, but most importantly, only trade what you're willing to risk. You see my disclaimer at the beginning of the video, so I don't need to go too much, but I'd just like to remind you just in case. Right, this would be a decent player if you're an intraday trader. Whereas if you were just hodling, I'll just hodl throughout the whole entire sideways journey, but whenever it pulls back, that would be the perfect time to stock up on your Matic. Like here, for example, you can stock up on your Matic. Here, you can stock up on your Matic, and anything below will be a gold mine, because eventually, once the bull season kicks in, we're going to be bouncing, shooting straight up to at least $2.92 first, and then beyond. So, why don't we get onto where do I reckon Matic will end up or thereabouts, and what is my prediction? So let's get on to the prediction one. Now, for my prediction for Matic, firstly, I'd always like to pull out my Fibonacci retracement tool. I'll measure right from the top all the way down to the bottom. And if we were to squeeze in the charts, it looks like Matic could hit anywhere around about between $10 to $12. My initial prediction for Matic has always been like around about $10 mark. If it's anything more, that would be even perfect. So if you guys are a major hodler and you've been hodling throughout the whole entire upward moves, then guys, congratulations for being in that position. But you get a nice surprise once we do hit around about $10 mark. A lot of people do reckon that we are going to hit at least around a $10 mark, but anything higher, who knows, guys. It all depends how this bull season really kicks in for Bitcoin, and eventually all the money in Bitcoin will trickle down into the top 50 altcoins, and then it gets spread even further down into the low cap and also some of that more risky play tokens such as meme coins and etc., which I'll get onto my channel in the next coming hours and days, so you see a lot more videos on those contents. Either way, guys, let's say if we do reach up to roughly around about $12.46, so that will give us approximately 1,160% move to the upside. So that should be a solid 11x your portfolio. And yes, guys, that is not too shabby. So guys, that is my prediction for Matic, and also I am pleased that I'm able to go through how to hodl and where to look for if you're an intraday trader. If you find my channel useful and informative, what you're all waiting for, let me point you to the right direction. Why don't you subscribe to me right over here? And if you'd like to see more of my juicy videos, click over here, and I'll see you all in the next one.